Hello, welcome to another edition of Talking Sports and Fitness with Zeke. I'm Zeke, sometimes known as Mike Zielinski. If you hear a little noise or rumbling in the background, that's because the building's under renovation and we're in our brand new studios here at 505 Penn Street. My guest today is Tyrone Nesby, who is the new basketball coach at Muhlenberg High School. Welcome, Tyrone.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
He has a very interesting life because he loves challenges, and he overcomes challenges. You were the last guy on the bench in high school in Chicago, right?
Yes, I was.
As a sophomore. And you wound up becoming a star at UNLV. You played over 4 seasons in the NBA with the LA Clippers and the Washington Wizards. Yes. One of your teammates was Michael Jordan. And you've coached AAU ball. Your son, Tyrone IV, was one of the stars of the Reading High basketball team that won a state title this past season. So tell us a little bit about what was it like playing with the Clippers and the Wizards in the NBA, and a little bit about Michael Jordan.
Well, it was great. My first NBA game was when I played. It's the first time I ever been into an NBA stadium.
Really?
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool to walk in as a ball player instead of a fan. Also, just learning a lot. I had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was one of my assistant coaches.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
It was great being with him. I also had Chris Ford, who also was a Boston Celtic coach who won championship. He was also one of my coaches. Had Doug Collins as a coach. Dennis Johnson, also another former Celtic as a coach. It was just a great experience for me. These guys knew that I wanted to be a coach when I got done playing basketball. So I learned a lot from them, and also just to play the game was great. And that takes me over to Michael Jordan, who I learned a lot from playing the game of basketball. Every trip we went on, I sat behind him on the plane. I sat behind him on the bus. We talked a lot. I think he got tired of me talking, but hey, I had a lot of questions.
You learned a lot. Right?
Yeah, I had a lot of questions, man. And I told him, I'm going to take advantage of this. People get the opportunity to go every day. See Michael Jordan every single day and go on trips with him every week. So I took advantage of that. So the NBA was a great life for me.
I guess you were kind of a late bloomer. How'd you go from bench player, and I know you didn't start, playing organized ball at 8th grade, to become, and you scored over 1,000 points in just 2 seasons at UNLV.
Right.
How'd you do that?
Man, just a lot of dedication, a lot of hard work and dedication. I never stopped learning the game of basketball, even though, like I tell kids today, it doesn't matter where you start, it's always about how you finish. And I'm real big on how you finish. And I wanted to be a basketball player in 8th grade. And again, I sat on the bench all the way up to probably close to my 10th grade year when I started my first game. And I ended up scoring my 10th, 11th, and 12th grade year, and I'm still scoring 1,800 points in high school in 3 years.
Well, maybe you weren't that bad. Maybe your coach was just an idiot for not playing. I don't know really, but
yeah.
But let me ask you this. Obviously, you've seen the Berks Conference the last couple of years because your son Tyrone played at Reading, and before that he played at Berks Catholic for a year or two. Muhlenberg, as you know, once a very proud program, has really had some challenges. I think they've won a total 6 games in recent years. That's a heck of a challenge. Almost like coming off the bench, becoming a star. So how are you going to turn it around?
To me, it's just more of just enhancing. We enhancing everything, enhancing the IQ of the game, teaching how to play the game. I think a lot of the kids, some are not really bad basketball players. It's just needing a coach there to actually teach them and give them instruction to learn the game. And I'm very, very big on teaching kids and teaching them the understanding of how to play the game of basketball. So yeah, it's a challenge, and I wouldn't want it any other way. So.
Now I know you've coached an AAU team for several years, and you also coached. I'm not the Las Vegas club in the ABA.
Yeah, Venom. Yes.
So what's your coaching style? What will you bring to? Because you're probably already met the kids. And
yes.
There's summer ball going on. What are you doing with the guys?
We're doing a lot of getting the ball out quicker. We have plays. I'm real big on plays. X's and O's is huge with me. So there's a lot of teaching going on. But you'll see a faster pace game. You see press. You see maybe throughout the course of the game, you may see us change the defense at least 3 to 4 times. Different defense principles. I'm very big on that as well. So you see a lot of different style of basketball here in this county, and that's why I can't wait until we start.
And that if you have a fairly sophisticated system, it'll teach them a little time to learn the system till you teach them. But that can probably overcome some talent gap too, as well, right?
Yeah, it does, and that's the beautiful thing of teaching. You can have a guy who's just strictly a rebounder guy. He may not have talent on offense, but he's a great defensive player. That guy, I can use him. I can put him in a place, and with our plays and stuff, we can have him looking like he's one of the top players on the team.
Yeah.
Because he's just in the position, putting kids in the position where they need to be. And that's why I don't have to have the best talent in the county. As long as I have kids that just understand the game a little bit, that would be enough for me to.
You probably get their attention when you. How much do you tell them? I'm sure you mentioned that you played in the NBA and who you played with, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but they have to. If I came in and talked to them and you come in and talk to them, they're going to listen more to you than to me, right? Because of your background.
Right. I mean, when I do speak, they do listen. I mean, we have certain rules. I always tell my kids, if you want respect, you got to give respect. So when I'm speaking, everybody's quiet, and when you're speaking, I'm going to give you eye contact and listen to you as well. And so, it's also it's a learning experience all across the board with these young guys, and their focus. I think they're ready. I think it's just me going in and implement all the details of the game and what they need to learn. And I guess, I feel that once they learn that, then I think people see another different side of Muhlenberg.
It's interesting because in basketball, maybe not so much, but in a lot of sports, football, baseball, it seems like the stars don't become the good coaches or managers. It's the bench players or the role players. Now, you were a star in college and high school and more of a role player, I guess, in the NBA. And like you said, you picked a lot of people's brains. So you're kind of wired to be a coach. Yes. At the same time, you probably were endowed with more physical gifts than a lot of your current players. So are your expectations, you can see what they're capable of and you expect them to raise the bar, but you're also not expecting them to play like you once did, right?
Right. No, I'm not expecting them to play like me, but at the same time, when I was their age, I didn't play like me. As I grew up and got older, that's when I became who I am today. But when I first, all I wanted was the determination, just going out, having the effort. Just give me some effort. Show me that you really want to be here. That's enough for me to take and make a very, very decent team.
Now, I know 6 seniors graduated from last year's team, so you have a lot of younger players. I guess the 2 top scorers are back, though, Drake Kipp and Jake Kuzawa.
Yes. So
not that Jake scored a ton of points, but he was an all-division honorable mention pick. So you have a couple guys to at least start with, right?
I mean, we do got the 2 leading scorer guys are back, but also the young guys that are coming in, and I'm learning everyone, and they have a lot of energy, and that's what I want. They have a lot of energy, and they're playing to their potential, and I just want to enhance that and give them a little extra more energy. And I told the guys, you can work hard all you want to, but if you're not working hard and smart, it becomes
you got to work
pointless.
Smart. Yeah.
So we work hard, but working hard and smart. So make it worth your while if you're going to go out there and work.
And that be willing to learn, especially if you're going to have multiple systems, right?
Yes.
How much you must really stress fundamentals?
Oh yeah, fundamentals huge. It's something that like I said, I've been here for 4 years now, and I know there's a lot of kids when they come to my camp. There's a lot of fundamentals that's not being taught. Something very simple. And that's the first thing I told my kids. You will not come into my court and we don't do fundamental drills. We have to do that. Before I even can give you anything extra that's advanced, I will have to go through the fundamental stage first. And so we do a lot of that, a lot.
Back in the day, Reading High, when they had the great coaches, Jim Gano and Rick Binder and Pete Carrill, unbelievably fundamental. And they would play some really powerhouse high schools around the state, and they weren't playing playground ball. they were playing very disciplined ball, but they had the athleticism to go with it.
Right.
So I think that's really huge. What about what kind of expectations do you have for this team coming from where they are? What are you shooting for, or is it too early to tell?
It's most definitely too early to tell because there are guys that are not there just due to baseball and football and stuff going on. So I'm not seeing everyone, so I cannot give any expectation. I just told the kids, I just told them this, and I'm going to tell you the same thing. I just told them I do not want to be done in February. So whatever the regular season date is for our regular game, I don't want to be done then.
You want to at least make the Berks Conference playoffs,
yeah, that's
right?
exactly what I told them. I said, I don't know where we go from there, but I just do not want to be done during our regular season. And that's all I can say about that.
You reference the other sports. I know some coaches like it when their kids play multiple sports. Some coaches, like I know at Wilson, they schedule around the football program because the football program's so dominant. So actually, they'll start maybe a week later just because their guys aren't ready to play. Do you like one sport guys, or are you okay with multiple sports?
I'm okay with it because I was a baseball player before basketball. I ran track, baseball, and bowling.
Bowling.
Yes, bowling is a sport, people. Yes, I love bowling.
When you're 6'5", bowling is an advantage.
Hey,
right?
I love bowling. My mom, that was the first thing my mom put me in was bowling. So yes, I love bowling. I just hate when people act like it's not a sport, but it is. So again, I tell the kids, go play football, go play baseball. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Because what I did was when I went to Muhlenberg was I contacted the football coach and the baseball and got their schedule and make sure that I schedule my practice around them so kids can have the luxury to, play all sports.
Oh, that's great. That's perfect.
Yeah, so that's what I do.
As a parent of two boys who play 3 sports at Wilson, that's a godsend.
Yeah,
to have
that's
it
what
doesn't always work that way.
Yeah, I know.
One final question, because I referenced him earlier, but Tyrone IV, he graduated. What's up for him?
He's with Jerry Stackhouse, who played in the NBA for a lot of years.
Oh, yeah, including the Sixers.
Yep, he played with the Sixers. He's with Jerry. Jerry got him out in Atlanta, Georgia. He's out there now. He's been out there for about a week now. He's going to stay until the end of July. He has got a lot of schools after him just because of this whole AAU stuff he's been doing with it's called Jerry Stackhouse Elite.
Okay. So he hasn't picked a school yet? Or?
No, I haven't picked school. We're gonna do a prep school. School. He's gonna do a prep for 1 year. We was talking to Hillcrest out in Arizona. IMG that's out in Florida.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's another good prep school as well. And there's a couple in Connecticut that we talked to, and he's doing very well. Working out very well.
And he can mature then as a student and an athlete?
Yes, as a student, as an athlete, and he gets stronger. It's get him more stronger. He need to work on his dribbling skill as well, which is going to help him out a lot.
Well, the old man's a tough act to follow. Be kind to him.
No.
You got to motivate him. All right. Hey, we're out of time. Thank you so much, and best of luck to you this coming season, Tyrone.
Yes, thanks for having me.
And don't forget to like us on Facebook and subscribe to the People Chronicles channel on YouTube. Take care.
These community stories are made possible in part by BCTV, Susie Ray Design, Queen City Family Restaurant, Lamar Advertising, Heidelberg Family Restaurant, Reading Air, Lions and Hole, Peanut Bar, and Kutztown University.